Welcome back to another video. This week we're going to give you guys an update on some new animals that we got in, and also last weekend we were supposed to be at the Repticon in Mesa, Arizona. I waited almost to the last minute. I wanted to make sure that that show was a go because in Orange County out here in California they've been canceling that show. I didn't want them to cancel this other show in Mesa, especially for out-of-state vendor driving all the way from California to Arizona, booking a hotel for 3 nights and all that sort of stuff. So I reached out to them before the weekend was here. Is it a go? Are we set? Are we booked? Yes, everything is fine. We booked our hotel, and because it was last minute, we had non-refundable hotel booking, $409. And here comes the email from Repticon. We have to cancel. We don't have enough vendors for the show because they didn't promote the show enough. So Apple and I are stuck with hotel booking. I was able to manage 2 local sales out there in Mesa, which we did conclude right there at the hotel. So to both of you, thank you very much. And I picked up some animals there in Arizona and we drove them back ourselves safely to California through the desert. Now we're not shipping right now. We drove past a FedEx truck, broke down on the side of the road. It was the middle of the day and it was 114 degrees. That's why we're not shipping right now, you guys. So anyway, that was our little misadventure. Repticon never even said sorry. I think that's BS, to be honest with you, but I am going to contain my anger and frustration and let it be. That's the way some people run their shows, so whatever. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys some new animals that we got. These are for the Reptile Super Show in Pomona. That show will go, that show will happen, and we already have our hotel booking, and I know we're going to be putting it to good use. So anyway, let's take a look at some new animals, you guys. So we managed to get in boiga cyanea. These are captive bred from Europe, and little babies. They're doing good. These will be in Pomona. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up and show you. We have 2 small groups. I think it's 5 total, and they're from two different breedings. And one of the breedings is a sire that has like a 3rd blue color, which is kind of cool. So we will have these. It is always fun for us to see these, even though we're not at our house in Thailand. So for you guys that follow us on the channel, you know that we have these living in our yard, on our land, around our house. They crawl onto our balcony, and so it's something that we're used to seeing. But it's cool to have them here, and there seems to be a lot of demand. They're very popular, so we managed to get those guys. So here's another cool one that I have never had before, but I've eyeballed them many times when animals would come up for sale. Albino snakes from Europe. These are captive bred. I have 1.3. These are younger animals. These are 2020 animals, but I've never had them before. They are very rare, and the only time I've ever seen them come up for sale, it was like never a pair. It was always like 1 male or 2 males or something like that. So I ended up with a really nice group, and I don't think they're going to be ready to breed this winter, but I could be wrong. I think they get about 5 feet or so, 5 or 6 feet from the research that I've been doing. But they are very pleasant snakes. They seem like they're really adept climbers, and I think their heads are awesome. Kind of really long noses, and they all have that the yellow cheeks. So I think that's neat. So just something new here that I haven't worked with before. I'm going to leave these here in the US. I'm not going to ship these to the facility in Malaysia. It's probably going to be a little too warm for them over there. So I drove these animals back myself because I just don't trust FedEx and the weather right now. Especially when I saw that FedEx truck broke down, I was I was pointing at that and telling Apple, see, I told you. So anyway, they're here safe and sound. So we have a very established long-term, what looks to be a pair of dragon snakes. If you guys want to see these snakes in person at the Pomona show, put it in the comments below. I'm kind of on the fence about bringing them out or not, but these animals, as you can see, just scream how well established they are. Body weight is amazing. They've already eaten fish for me. I haven't played around with any like frog meat or anything like that, but I do have a big amount of little tadpoles here. So I'm gonna play around and see if I can get them to eat some like frozen thawed strips of frog meat. That would be awesome. I've had these before. I am the first one to bring legal animals into the United States. So I have a bunch of experience that dates back about as far as you could legally say would be possible, but they do well. I know there's a lot of people always talking about, they're so fragile, they die, whatever, but it's not, I mean, they are fragile, yes, but if you provide them the diet that they want, they do just fine. They don't like it warm, they like it cooler temperatures. Don't hold them much at all. They're not really into human interaction. They hide a lot and they're active at night. But anyway, dragon snakes, super unique, super interesting. It definitely looks to me like 1.1. And yeah, if you want to see them, put in the comments below, you guys let me know. But dragon snakes are super cool. I ended up with some of these diadem rat snakes. Egyptian diadem rat snakes. I think that's how you pronounce it. They have proven to be super easy to care for. They eat rodents readily, absolutely no problem. They're having nice, full, complete sheds. And some of them are a little spicy with attitude or whatever. Some of them are not. The variation in the pattern is really incredible because there's a lot of different looking animals. Some of them are more peach and kind of reddish color, and others are more to like a tan, and the banding and the patterns are like all like very, very different from each other. They kind of remind me a little bit of like some kind of a Egyptian like death adder or something like that. They're really a trip, but really nice snakes. I really enjoy these a lot. I have one pair that I've actually bred and I'm expecting eggs soon. So I think that's kind of neat as well. But we will have pairs of these in Pomona. They are doing awesome. And so just something you don't see every day. And like I said previously in the video, anytime I get to work with something I never had before, it's kind of exciting and refreshing. So something that's not super expensive or of high value, but it doesn't matter because the value of the animals that you work with, in my opinion, really doesn't matter. Not trying to impress anybody. I let the animals speak for themselves. They're the thing that's attractive, and I like to just kind of show them for what they are. So that is pretty neat. I'm actually really geeking out on these. I think they're pretty cool. So another thing that we came back with from Arizona was a trio of albino bull snakes. I've never had these before. I know it's normal for reptile enthusiasts, especially younger ones, to start with all this US native stuff. I skipped that when I was a kid. I just went right to boas and pythons. So I have never owned one of these. I think this snake is absolutely magnificent. It is so pretty. It looks like 3 different snakes glued and stitched to one another. The way it just goes into all these weird colors and things that just don't match. It doesn't make sense. At least in the albino form, it looks really different to me. So the reason that we have now some of these US native animals, DM exotics, I named it DM exotics because we are the leaders of the exotic stuff, right? So now we have these animals because my partner in Malaysia has a huge need for a lot of US native animals. Corn snakes, corn snake morphs, bull snakes, and that sort of thing. Previously, I was buying them from private breeders. I was picking them up at expos, and I just wasn't happy with the quality sometimes. I felt like I was getting dumped on with runts and problem feeders and lots of males and that sort of thing. So I don't want to do that to my partner, so I am going to do it myself. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, right? So we're going to start breeding this stuff, and starting next year, we are going to export volume to my partner over there, and he will be very happy. So just something that we're kind of adding on over here, and that's pretty much what's going on with that. So you might see here and there me highlighting an occasional like US native type animal, but I'm having fun. I think they're really cool. So that is it, you guys. I am adding Patreon. I'm gonna set it up this week, and the link is going to be for next week's video. We are going to start. I just want to work out the different tiers and the perks and that sort of thing. And I'm really excited to be able to connect with my audience. We've been doing these videos for a long time. I'm appreciative to all of our loyal followers and supporters. And now I want to be able to connect even better to you guys. I reply to all the comments in the videos, and I react and everything, but I know there's a lot of you that want to actually talk with me, want to ask me lots of questions, different than just commenting in the comment section of a YouTube video. So we are going to put together Patreon. We are going to offer private consultations for the higher tier. We are going to offer like Zoom group chat and that sort of thing. And maybe offer some stickers and shirts and whatever. I'm not really sure yet, but I am going to brainstorm. I'm going to put it all together this week, and I am going to present Patreon and make it available next week. And I think it's going to be really cool, and I'm really excited about it. The different tiers are going to apply to different people's needs. Obviously, this isn't just about a reptile personality giving stickers away and doing a hangout. I actually have a lot of knowledge and experience. We can talk about travel. We can talk about living overseas. We can talk about import, export, breeding, different species and husbandry and all sorts of stuff. I feel like I have a lot for you guys, and I'm happy to share that information with you. So if that is interesting to any of you, we will be doing it next week. So anyway, that's it, you guys. This video is done. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Take care.